Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Gray Man Prepping. It is time for Survival Saturday. And tonight's topic, continue on with the exploring events. I screwed that up. It's not after the Constitution is revoked. It's after it's after the polls flip. I've been busy here, and I just forgot to change it in there. Especially, I got the picture added to it, but I forgot to change the thing on it. I did correct it later on here. All right. Yeah, so I've been busy here with the staff sergeant working outside, getting stuff done, getting stuff ready to take back to Idaho, and I am getting more and more ads. What the heck's up with this? We're not even 7 minutes in, and we're getting, from the time the countdown started, and I got a series of ads. Damn. I guess YouTube thinks I'm becoming more popular, so they want to cash in on every little nickel they can squeeze out of everybody. But let's say hi to everybody. Go up here. And so first one in was Lewis. It's the Marshmallow Man. Mother's Garden Club. Angel's Homestead. Kaylin Strain. Going down here. Chef Tex here. Aiden Ears in the house. Tammy Harder is here. King Poopa. Hey, Dustin. And everybody's talking back and forth. They're talking about the ads they're getting. Yeah, the poll shift flips the Constitution on its ear. All right, so let me, I got to make a correction here, so just stand by. Yeah, so anyways, on the, so after the magnetic poles flip, that's what tonight's about. And this is one of those ones that is more along the lines is what happens if there is a 14.7 megaquake in the middle of the United States? Or what happens if a tornado with 800-mile-an-hour winds that's 20 miles across at the base starts on the southwestern border of Texas and runs all the way up to Maine? Star Strike, how's it going? Randy, good evening. I'm just getting this fixed up here, making it correct here. All right, flip. There we go, and hit save and so if the poles flip, does that mean that the earth is flat and everything gets dumped off? Well, it's not. All right. It's not the poles. It's the magnetic poles. So the rotational poles aren't going to flip, aren't what we're talking about flipping. We're talking about the magnetic poles, which are moving and flip and have done so about every 6,000 years. But let's get back to the to this thing here. Boom, there, I got it fixed. So after the magnetic poles flip, what are your plans? And come on, let's go. There it goes. So warning, danger, Will Robinson, possible fantasy fear porn, Kool-Aid drinking zone ahead. Yeah, but there's more science in this, so then maybe not. All right, so causes for the magnetic pole flipping. Man-made? No. Man-made on purpose? No. Man-made neglect? No. Nature caused? It happens every 6,000 years. The sun's magnetic poles flip every 11 years. Okay. You got that? The sun's poles flip every 11 years. They've known that for quite a long time. And so, yeah. And so it does it, and they know that the the um, uh, our universe, or not the universe, the Milky Way poles flip. They know that happens. So one of the things to consider on this is what happens when it happens in your lifetime? What are you going to do? Well, there are some really great channels out there that are telling you what you can do. And if Kaylin wants to drop the link for Ben's channel in there, that'd be perfectly all right. Hey, Kathy, how's it going? So what exactly is the magnetic poles flipping here? So let's go back this way here. And we're going to look at this here for a minute. And Myra Page, good evening. Now, they've known about wandering poles. And this is from the United Kingdom's Geological Survey, whatever it is, and they tracked it out. And so this one shows both the North Pole, which is what everybody talks about. Oh, the North Pole is moving. Well, not everybody talks about the fact that the South Pole has been trucking along too. Now, unfortunately, the one for the South Pole stops about 2000. It doesn't go pick up the last 25 years, which will put it off the picture down here on the bottom right. And for the North Pole would also be off the picture, because if you look at the distance between it's moving. It's moving a little bit, moving more, slowing down, picking up speed, and then it really picks up speed. Now, one of the things I couldn't find for this was the strength of the magnetic magnetosphere. The magnetic field caused by the magnetic poles stuff, and it shows its strength dive bombing. As the poles move farther, the faster they move, the faster the strength drops. No, you're still up north. You're still going to get snow. Hey, Prepper 101. So, I think see if I find. So here's another one more, also from the British Geological Survey, showing, as you can see, they go back and they've tracked, and they can track back to the 1600s. How can they track back that far? Well, because they had compasses back then, and they were sailing the seas and doing land navigation, and they noticed, wait a minute, north is no longer this. Hang on, let me make myself a little bigger again. It's like, wait a minute, north is no longer this direction here. It's now over here. Wait, now it's now over, a couple of years later. Oh, now it's over here. 20 years later, it's now over here. And they've got it marked on the maps about it. And anybody's been in Boy Scouts and taken the orienteering class knows about declination. And that is where the actual true north is to the magnetic north, for marking out on a map to figure out where you're at and how you're going. Hey, Shady Hill Homestead. Yes, that's going to be a big problem too for animals that use magnetism for their thing. And we'll talk about that here in a minute too. And so, but as you can see, you look at the distance here from, all right, 1900. Hang on, let me make it big again. 1900 here to 1950 to 2000. It's a little bit farther apart from 1950 to 2000. It was from 1900 to 1950, and that is about going back and forth and looking at the jiggly. It's a little bit almost as far from 1900 to 19 would be about 1975, but as between 1800 and 1900. And you can look and see how things move around and stop and everything else. But then it starts spreading out here in the late 1900s, and then you get into the 2000s, and you really start picking it up because up here, the small dots are 2.5 years, and the big dots are 5 years. So you go 5, 10, 15, 20, 20, 25. There you go. And it is moving. And so several groups of scientists have tracked where it's moving to, and that is somewhere around about the Indian Ocean. That's where the North and South Pole or magnetic poles are going to meet. And I knew I forgot to add something else to it here. But yeah, so here's another one, showing a little bit, a different view of it and showing how it's boogieing on across. This one's, several years old because it stops at 2020. Okay, so what has occurred in the past? Well, wider seen auroras, and that's going on right now. Auroras being seen farther and farther south and brighter and lasting longer. Wider swings in the weather. Well, that's starting to happen. Earth is more susceptible to CMEs from the sun and causing other things such as auroras and space weather and solar storms and stuff like that. And we are noticing that, a little itty bitty CME is now causing more problems here on Earth. When the poles actually get to the point of flipping, there's going to be higher, and the magnetic sphere practically drops down to. There's going to be higher cosmic and UV, gamma rays, and other rays penetration to their surface. And in the past, some species have gone extinct. Mitigation and recovery. Did I continue on? Okay, so mitigation. So how are we going to mitigate the poles flipping? Nothing. We can't do it. Mankind does not have that type of power. Sorry, folks. Those that think that mankind is changing everything here on Earth, no, we can't do that. There's no way that mankind can stop the poles from flipping. Either that or the Canadian geese won't be flying back up to Canada. They're going to be flying down to Mexico or down to Panama. You're right, Kaylin. There are already issues with animal navigation. The whales and stuff that keep on beaching themselves and stuff as the magnetic field moves. Well, it only moved, 80 miles up there. Well, 80 miles up there, magnified by throwing off everything else, could be hundreds of miles down near the equator. As far as how it's affecting whales and other species and stuff. That is a possibility, as well as other problems too. Next one here, mitigating human effects from it. In other words, how we are affected by the pole flip. Several of the scientific journals and stuff are coming out talking about this. Ben Davis has done a couple of real good videos on it, explaining what they have done in the past and what humans have done in the past, 6,000 years ago, the last time it did it. He says layers of Earth over us, i.e. moving into caves again. Since mines, and since we have a lot of mines here in the U.S., like coal mines, salt mines, and such, And then, of course, people can build underground bunkers and put 10 feet of dirt over them. And then there are some of the caves and stuff, especially the limestone caves in central and southern United States, will be good places to be able to go to. And Geeky Gardens is here. Oh, you're going to know about it because it's going to be, when it starts going fast, everyone's going to be talking about it. And so moving up with Mindscape, I got mines and stuff. Other things you do to protect yourself from it. All right. I got to throw up a picture here. Hang on. Got that done. I forgot to throw up add this picture to it here. So let me quickly bring another. There was another picture I wanted to add so you guys could see it here. So give me a second here. Green screen. Where is it here? There it is. This over here. Come on here. Computer's acting up, trying to do crap I don't want it doing. Microsoft's trying to say, "Oh, you want to do this?" No, I don't, Microsoft. All right, here we go. Let's see if I can make this big here. Okay, so got two pictures here for you. The one on the left is what we consider normal between reversals. And so you got the North Pole up there and the South Pole, and you see how the magnetic field goes around. And near the equator, it interacts a little bit more with each other and stuff. And during reversals, things go cattywampus. And so as the poles are moving, you start getting things, magnetic norths in several different locations, type things of how the field fluctuates and stuff as the poles itself is moving. You get little blips of stuff going on here and there. And the south is jumping around too. So yeah, problem is who owns the caves? And that jumps into one of the previous things we talked about, having groups and stuff, and whether it's a MAG or a KEG or an LLC group or whatever. And holy crap, I can see nothing but ads coming up. And I got ads for Wayfair going on over here. Granted, it's only an 18-second ad, but still, geez. Oh, and now I got one for a 12-second ad for TSA PreCheck. So this is like, like I said in the beginning, this is like a mega earthquake, not the 10.0. We're talking like a 12 or a 14.0. It can happen. It has happened in the past. It's going to happen again. It's like the super tornadoes or the super hurricanes. They have happened in the past. They're going to happen in the future. And if you saw the movie Day After Tomorrow, where they were showing the three super cells of the atmospheric conditions changing, and in the center of it looks like a huge hurricane, but it's over land, and that's where it's dragging all the cold air from the troposphere all the way down to land level quick, so it doesn't have a chance to warm up, and people are freezing mid-action. Yeah. And so, yeah, there's, go ahead and close that picture out. There we go. There are, they've found so many rocks that the magnetic fields in the rocks are north and south are exactly opposite what they are now. And so, some of these rocks, they are formed during volcanic activity and they aligned with the current magnetic poles. Well, they're backwards. And we're not talking little rocks. We're talking big rocks, stuff that hasn't moved. Hey, Jay, how's it going? Hey, that's not for a couple months, Jay. Yeah, Jay, that event doesn't come for a couple months. Anyways, so there are things going on, and a lot of people go, what can I do myself personally? And so that's the hard part. There are groups out there that are taking memberships. There's the Observer Ranch in Colorado, where they got big complex going in there, and you can buy into it and have your underground survival condominium there. So and there are like I say, like Caitlin says, that in her part of her state there is caves. We got some big caves just to the east of us here in the Tetons. I know down south there's the can't share it here because I don't have a green screen. Dang it. Actually, let me see if I can find it and I pull it from the green screen. I'm on the wrong. That's on the other computer. I got all those saved. But they have like the truckers and stuff. There's these underground limestone caverns that have been cut out and squared up and everything. Trucks come in, drop off fresh produce, and that's moved by the stuff comes in so they can store it and they get it moved out to the proper ones. It's a big warehouse, underground warehouse, basically. So, there are a lot of places that are in use right now, but there are also a lot of places that they know about that aren't going to be in use. And there are some of these big, huge caverns that are state or national parks. Like I just had it, I just lost it. Southern California, Carlsbad Cavern, wherever Carlsbad Cavern is. So you got Carlsbad Caverns, you got several others like that that are national or state parks, or they're things like that. Now, interesting enough, a lot of scientists are beginning. Hang on, let me get this up here. To look at what's going on in the past and realize some of the things were because of these. Now, hang on, I'll pull one up here for you. I'm sure it's going to pop it up right. There we go. Yes. So some of these the Pueblo cave dwellings here date to 6,000 years ago. And it's not just these. There's other ones around the nation that they have lights in as the light as you see. But around the world, other ones like this where they've done cliff dwellings and stuff, and gone into caves, and they date it to about 6,000 years ago. So there are lots of examples of where people have gone, oh, we're going to protect ourselves. Now, they say, well, they can still be seen, but overhead, they're protected directly overhead. If stuff's coming straight down in, it's going to come down right in this picture. You see, it's going to come right down. It's going to miss this little stone wall and keep on going down, and they're back covered underneath. So, and the farther back you are, you can say, the better protected you are. But there are some really interesting things that'll work on that. Exactly. And I'm trying to think of the other ones. There's the one. All right. I can't remember the name of the actual one. It's the from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, that big one where they went inside and the big, caverns and stuff in on that one. So there's that too. And this one could be, Jay, could be is more along the lines of 12,000 years old, which goes for the previous cycle. And so, yeah. So a lot of these are, some of these are 6,000 years old. Some of them are 12,000 years old. Hey, Venerable L. So yeah, there are a lot of examples of man-made underground or caves or whatever dwellings where large groups of people gathered. Yes. Yeah, you drive up on the place and you don't see anything because everybody's underground. Yeah, they're trying to guess, and of course, carbon dating has been shown to be way wacky wrong. Did I say hello, Venerable Owl? If I did, here, hello again. All right, so there are. All right, here's another one here for you guys. This is the Matra Matera cave dwellings, and they're all carved in the side of the hill there, looking out from inside some of them. What it looks like in some of them there. So yeah, there are a lot of cave dwellings. So it's not that far-fetched, but the problem is it's not one of the things that the powers that be want the people. This is opinion only. Want the people to know about or get prepared for, according to some people. But as more and more of this information comes out, it's a little bit harder for certain people to hide the fact that that's what's happened. Yep. You know what? I don't know if I added that to the possible events to explore. Another worldwide flood. So, let me go ahead and get things rolling weird here and bring some more of you guys up on here. There's the link. Oh, jeez, now I got a furniture ad. Oh, another Wayfair selling furniture stuff. Pin message. All right. Moon over Miami's here now. Yeah, that's the problem for both How to Garden and Geeky Gardens there in Florida. Oh, we need to dig a well. Oh, 6 feet and you'll hit water. And Glenn's here. So, this is one of those things that is gnawing at me with the possibility of it happening, and the dates being put out by different scientific papers and different authors and different groups of scientists and stuff, is anywhere that the poles will flip anywhere from 6 years from now to 150 years from now, with the majority of them saying late 40s to early 70s. So, but one of the things to watch is how the poles are moving. When it starts moving 3 feet above the water table in the summer, ouch. Now I have heard. Now we're going to go with the rich people stuff. There are, I know of at least 2 groups that have purchased old decommissioned submarines, have been stripped of their launching capability for either torpedoes or missiles, have been stripped, and they've bought them for such an event. And so it's one of those things is, me personally, I don't want to be underwater. No. I just popped in mind from Avengers. They're planning on locking me up in a steel tube under the water. Bruce Banner. But yeah, there are possibilities, groups and stuff, and that's and several of the silos have been bought by groups that are preparing for such an event. So take it where you want to go with it. Somebody has suggested, and this is just, I haven't been able to verify this, that Zuckerturd, his thing over in Hawaii is for a pole flip. Not the earth moving, not anything, just a pole flip. And that's why he built his bunker over there. Can't confirm it. I've heard a couple of things talking about it, but I can't find anything with it, or he admitted to saying that. So if anybody can document that, that'd be interesting. Yeah. And a couple of other bunker companies are busy building stuff too. Yeah. As far as being underwater, I'm trying to remember some rays from outer space are, how do we get this right? Certain rays from outer space, when they hit land, dissipate. They hit water and they go and they keep on trucking. Others hit water and they go, and others hit land and they keep on trucking. So whichever one you want to protect yourself from, you got to dial up and say, I want to do this one. I'm not worried about that one. Hey, Sumi. So as far as, us people taking care of ourselves during one time frame, it's like, I'm not, another 30 years, I'll be in my late 90s. I ain't worried about it. But I'm more worried about kids, my kids, and my grandkids. Yes. There it is. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Par measurement. Yeah, Kathy, I did not come up with that one. I've heard a lot of the people say it that way. Don't give Zuckerberg any ideas. But yeah, so yeah, it's one of those things is you got to make your choices and worry about what you can worry about, what you can do, and get your you make your plan for what you feel is most likely going to affect you, what you can do about it. I know companies besides companies like Atlas. Where was it here? Survival shelters is going to be doing a lot of stuff. In fact, I would be very surprised if we haven't seen a Atlas Survival Shelters ad on here yet. I don't know why I'm getting a PGA Tour ad now, but anyways, I know for Patriots, ads are probably going to start popping up here too, because everyone's going to realize we're underground. We're going to need some sort of power stuff, for us. The panels could be out there in the sun, okay, but we're going to need, get the power down underground. But yeah, so that's just one of the things to consider what you can and can't do. Where what's in your check around, because most people around here don't know, unless they may have heard about it, but they don't think about certain caves around here. When I was back in West Virginia, I was talking to a lot of people, and one of the guys goes, yeah, these people talking about what little mines here and there. No, the mines are 20, 30 times as vast as they're explaining them, and there are hundreds more mines than they even know about. I mean, he goes, West Virginia is like a worm haven of coal mines all over the place. Oh yeah, I told you to find the Lopi side. Yeah. All right, guys, you're killing me with these comments. But Jay, that does answer why the coyote stuff he gets from Acme always fails. But yeah. Oh, one of the things that had been mentioned by a couple of scientists and stuff were talking about some of the skyscrapers and stuff that have, you start at ground zero and you go up, but you also start at ground zero and you go down into all these basements and stuff, and you get down like 40, 50, 60 feet down, different levels to going down, and each level has a concrete roof, roof dividing it from the one above it and below it and stuff like that. They're saying that, yeah, some of the lower levels there are really well protected. The underground caverns they're building in Florida come with scuba gear. It's yeah. Hands it's going fast. I wish. Yeah. There are some cave houses in Nevada too. Let me see. See if that New Mexico. Okay, cave dwellings. New Mexico, Colorado, Idaho, Spain, Grenada, Gila National Monument. New Mexico has that. Okay, let me go take that out and take that one out. Got Dublin cave dwellings in California. You got Shoshone ghost caves. Yeah, I'm just looking for some more caves and stuff here. So, but anyways, yeah, they're I missed that one. They actually show shipping crate of the says subsidiary of Roadrunner Industries. Yeah, troglodytes. Yeah, good catch there, Jay. All righty. So I think I pretty much covered this as much as I can. Oh, in Florida, yeah, they're called sinkholes. Let me bring up the schedule here. So next week, Monday on Camp Patton Family Compound, it's the 6-year anniversary for that channel, and we will be looking at some of the videos I filmed even before I set up the channel for that. Don't laugh too hard. It's going to be kind of comical. Some of the stuff I was trying to set up and do, and trying to figure out what YouTube wanted for quality-wise of videos and stuff. And some of the stuff was just coming out weird. Tuesday here on Gray Man Prepping for Tactical Tuesday. Major mistakes that preppers make, part 2. And I thought I did part 1, and just did a major mistake that preppers make, a year ago or so. It was 4 years ago. So yeah, it's about time I did major mistakes that preppers make, part 2. That's going to be a Tuesday night. That should be a nice long one. Thursday is the Midnight Ride. Friday on Camp Patton Family Compound is the official first day of summer, and we're going to be talking about summer activities, and we're going to talk about how the gardens are doing starting in the summer. Next Saturday here, hang on to your hat, folks. Most of you have never heard of this. I've seen several things talking about it. I've read it in a couple books where they were talking about this. So the topic is, after the new Madrid supervolcano, what are your plans? All right, so that's what's coming up here. And just as a reminder, this coming week, Tammy, Rebel Canners, and Mark at Chef Tech, and Courtney and Dustin of White Family Farm are all going to be at the Food Summit in Ohio. So And there he's talking about it. Yeah. And so it's Wednesday. He'll be there Tuesday night, but Wednesday and Thursday is the food summit. And so Tammy of Rebel Canners is a presenter at the food summit both days. Several presentations going on each day. And so Mark and his friend are going to be there videoing and trying to stream it live to Tammy's channel. And Mark should be streaming to his channel as well. So, yeah, things should be being fun there this week. All right. So with that, everyone, stay happy no matter what life throws at you. Stay safe. Don't go out doing anything foolish. Keep adding to your preps: water, food, medicine, clothing. Learn a new skill like I just lost it. Spelunking, hiking through caves, and get a garden going. All right. We'll see you Monday on Camp Patton Family Compound. Take care, everyone.